Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Y'all, I had the best Christmas ever. I mean, it was so much fun. I just really enjoyed my family. What was the best part about it? First of all, the celebration of Jesus Christ. Second of all, my mother and my father was there. My sister was there, my nephews was there, my grandnephews was there, my niece was there, of course my daughter. It was everything that I just really enjoyed it. The thing that I really enjoyed the most was just family. I enjoyed it the most was just my family, having my mother and my father in the same place at one time. You see, for the longest time, like the tradition was to go over my grandmother's house. But when it's cold. But when my father and my mother had separated, and they filed for a divorce, my father was no longer allowed to come over to my grandmother's house. So I could never celebrate Christmas or pretty much Thanksgiving with my father or my mother anymore. So, and then when I got older and when me and my husband had our own place, I mean, we pretty much rented the house from his parents, which meant, we had to be very cautious, and we had to do things a certain way because it really wasn't our place. And then after my husband, I roommated with a family member, with my cousin. And although I was able to, throw little things, the space was a little bit, not a little bit, it was limited. And then at the same time, there was two different families too. This time, I my mother ran it, I ran it, my sister ran it. We had a good time. We for dinner we chose fish because Jesus. Remember when he told them to cast their nets when they couldn't find any fish? Remember he fed that huge crowd with fish and some bread. So we did shish kebabs, fish, and I did my grandmother's famous potato salad. And this time I took my time with this potato salad. I made sure I was like, something's missing, this, that, and the third. Because I remember her voice saying, yeah, my grandmother's still alive, but I remember her saying to me, you got to know your ingredients. And my mother prepared like the potatoes and stuff and boiled them. And so it was really easy for me to put everything together. But I was waiting for my mother to be like, oh, Mona, you probably need to add this and add that. But when she tasted my potato salad, she said, whoa, whoa, whoa. So that's what I was like, oh, snap. She was like, your grandmother got competition. I was like, oh. So anyway, I had a great Christmas. It was the best Christmas I've ever had. Um, I'm not going to lie, though. Usually around the Christmas times, I love the Christmas lights and the cheerfulness and everybody with this giving spirit and everything. And I had to remind people, like, because they felt like, well, I didn't get it. I'm like, it's not about gifts or anything like that. It's literally, we are celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ and coming together as a family and just chilling and just, at this time, just chilling because, y'all know I went to a funeral this past this past Sunday, and somebody's mother wasn't there to be able to celebrate, and they dealing with the Christmas blues because of that. So I was really happy that I was able to celebrate with my father, my mother, my sister, her children, my child, and to see the look on my daughter's face when she woke up in the morning. But when her cousins came through, when I tell you, here go my mother. Your family sure is loud. I said, when them boys came through, when my nephews came through, they was just like, whoosh. I was like, hey. And so one of my nephews, I think how old is that? Jalen is 5. He said, I know how to snap my fingers. He said, I know how to snap both of my fingers. I was like, what? Who taught you this? So it was, I really enjoyed seeing them yesterday. I enjoyed them so much, and I was so amped this morning. I was like, today's going to be an awesome day. I'm going to get up early in the morning, y'all. I was like, I'm going to be early for work. I am 2 hours early for work. 2 hours. I got to be to work at 9. I got here at 7. I'm like, okay, I want to be prompt, but daggone it. So, again, I really enjoyed myself yesterday. I really did. I did, like every other Christmas, I was hoping that maybe my husband would try to reach out, and he didn't. But that didn't stop me from having a good time, and I really had a good time. Solo, my dog, he had a great time seeing family come through. He got walked like 20 million times yesterday. And we had a really good time. And I could say I'm really proud of my niece. I'm proud of her because, she's young, but she has 3 boys that she's raising, and she's doing a very good job. And that's a really hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. A lot of people down it and shame it, but I'm like, she's a really good mother, and I'm really proud of her. So I hope everybody else had a really good Christmas, because I will tell you, I did. I hit that corner. I was outside on on the deck, the patio deck thing, and we was partying. My nephews was doing break dancing and stuff. My daughter was partying. Like, we had a good time. My sister came, when she came in that kitchen, I don't know what she did, but she looked like a cartoon. I just burst out laughing. My niece having a good time. Her sons, my mother. Like, did you want them kids over there? Did you want them in there? I'm like, Mom, they okay. My father, as soon as I hit the corner, he tearing that fish up, and his eyes look big as quarters. I'm like, Dad, you good? With a hot sauce. Like, we had a good time. And you know what? I really enjoy being with family and just having a good time. We had plenty of cake. We had plenty of food. I said, this year we're going to do something different. We put hot dogs on the grill, shish kebabs, fried fish, baked fish, vegetables, greens, green beans, pork, what is it? Not pork and beans, but what's the other one? The other type of beans or whatever. Plenty of cookies and chips and juice. It was so much fun. And again, what I love about it this time is that it was my family. It was my family. And I didn't feel restricted that, I can't I blast my music to smithereens, especially outside. It was so nice that I put the amps outside. I can't seem to hook up that left amp. I was saying to myself, Dad, if I had my husband's number, I'd be like, babe, how do you hook up the left? Do I need this, what's that thing, that DigiDesign box to do it? But anyway, we had the music blasting and had a really good time. And so I'm looking forward to cookouts. I'm looking forward to getting that pool together, that fence around that pool, and some really nice cookouts. I've always wanted to host or do, and even though, we was deep, but I know that in the summertime we're going to be even more deeper. But I always like to host cookouts and stuff like that. And for people to be like, we going over to Aunt Mona's house. So to me, it was so much fun. And my niece, she just felt like, finally, like I'm around my folks. Her mother is my sister. She wasn't there, but she was there. My other sister was there, and her children. Of course, the boys got into a fight. People, you know how boys be wrestling and somebody get hurt, and you be like, what's going on? Get in the corner. Apologize to your cousin. Y'all cousins. You had to get that prep talk. And the only man that was there was my father. It's the only man that was there. It was my father. Um, but again, I just feel like during the springtime that it's going to get bigger and bigger, because I got more nephews and my brother who's in New York right now. Everybody's talking about coming on down. But I hope everybody else had a really good Christmas. My mother said she really enjoyed it because these are her. She was holding her great grandchildren and her grandchildren. And my father found out one of his great grandchild, he's born on the same day that my father is born on. So we had a really good time. And not a lot of people can say that they're blessed to say that their children came over to see them. You got a lot of people that spent Christmas just the two of them by themselves and don't have any grandchildren to show for. And so, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I count my blessings and I thank the Lord for that. I thank the Lord that it was no drama. We just had a really great time. Everybody's just chill. I told my sister to bring the grill because she got her minivan. She like, Mona, I got all the kids with me. I don't think we can fit it. She called me back. I got it. She tied it down to the hood of her daggone van. I'm like, Carla, you sure? She's like, man, she said that grill ain't going nowhere. I'm like, okay. She put the grill over, and she was like, you could keep it. I said, well, I plan on keeping it. Like, you're not about to go down the hills with the grill on the top of the hood. But we made it happen. See, that family make it happen. Will make it happen. My daughter, when she doesn't get her nap, she would start to malfunction. She starts to whine, cry, throw herself all over the place. And that's when I look at her and be like, is this your dad coming out? Like, she just starts to throw herself all over. Like, she's just like, I need a nap. So I'm just like, so my sister went ahead and made sure she put her to bed and stuff. And my nephews, they was out there running back and forth and having a good time, and I really enjoyed it. Like, my mother's like, get the no, and I'm like, Ma, just chill. I got this. No, because they're setting up. I'm like, it's like, relax. But I had a really great. It was the best Christmas ever. It was a really good Christmas. A very, very good Christmas. And I did it my way. We did it our way. We didn't go into nobody else's rules and regulations and you have to be prompt and make sure you have. No, we did it our way. Our way was a fun way. And I think the best part too is when I didn't realize I had a timer on my phone, and my sister took the timer and we all got in the photo. I mean, we just had a really great time. We just had a really, really good time. It was good to see my father. My father looked great. His skin looked good. He looked vibrant. I mean, from a couple of weeks back when he was in the hospital, he looked totally different. So I thank God for that. My mother was throwing my father shade, though. And my father was like, I'm thinking to myself, Dad, that's all them years of hurt, But she dealt with it, like, not dealt with it, but she tolerated my father, should I say. But and everybody got food to take home and stuff like that, and it was just so nice. It was really, really nice. But my mother really enjoyed it because she holding her great grandchildren. She's my niece was just like so happy, and she couldn't believe that she saw Solo, and that Solo's still living. I'm like, Solo ain't going nowhere. That dog is a blessed dog. And he recognized her too when she walked in. So the Christmas was just wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, I did hope that my husband would at least say hi on Christmas. No, but he didn't, and it's fine. But my dad was there, my mother was there, my sister was there. We all had a really great time. Um, and my daughter, she was just like, oh my good, like, she was so happy and just running around, and everybody had a real good time. And because my daughter is the youngest, no, Christian is the youngest, but she's the youngest girl, they they be babying her when she cried. Like her nephew, I mean, not her nephews, but her cousins, her boy cousins be babying her. Gets it, she fall on the ground, they running over there to hurry and pick her up. I'm like, look at her cousins. I'll tell you right now, when she get older, nobody better jump out of line, because her cousins ain't playing those games. But there's some sweet, sweet, sweet. My nephews are so, so sweet. But I can't get over that, Jaden. He said, I know how to snap. He said, I know how to snap both of my fingers. I'm like, who taught you how to snap? Who taught you how to snap your fingers? Who taught you how to snap your fingers? The one thing I will say that was, that's what I'm not going to say missing, is the young men. I mean, the men folk. My father was there. We got all my young nephews, but like their father, my husband. But like I said, I had such a good time. I mean, I had a really good time, and it was just with my family. It was just having fun with the family, laughing and joking, getting up, doing an electric slide to whatever song sound good. I just had a really good time, y'all. And I think that the best thing about it was just that my family was coming over to my house. They were coming over to my house. And, of course, my mother, we just had a good time. We had a really, really good time. So I can't complain. I cannot complain at all. I don't think I'm going to be able. I need to put some gas in my car, but anyway, I hope you guys had a really good time. I know I did. And it wasn't even about material things or anything, because I didn't want anything, didn't need anything. I didn't ask for anything, but my family. And my dad, he showed up early too. I told him we're going to start like around 11:30, 12. He showed up at 10. I'm like, Dad, still had on my PJs. I'm like, Dad, you here early. But we had a really good time. It was running around, flipping around out in the backyard and stuff. I'm like, y'all go out back with that. Y'all can go beyond the gate. Just stay together. And don't fall in one of them ditches out there. But anyway, I hope y'all had a really good time. Like I said, I had a great time. It would have been really awesome if my husband would have reached out. But it was still awesome even though he didn't reach out. Yeah, God is good. God is good, and his mercy endures forever. Oh yeah, my father, because I had some mail to go to his house, so I got a couple of tickets from DC. They caught me on the highway. I can't believe they got cameras on the highway. Satellite cameras on that. I was saying to myself this morning, I should start driving down the road and put stickers or put that clear spray where the cameras can't catch the numbers. But then I was like, Mona, just do it the right way and just drive on the daggone speed limit. It doesn't matter if everybody else is going fast. Just drive correctly. But I'm like, I don't even remember speeding. That's the crazy part about it. I'm like, and I thought just like the last times when I went to court, pleading my case, that I can fight against this and be like, excuse me, Your Honor, but the cameras are not working correctly. First of all, it's not a human that can say whether or not I was going that fast. So they was like, okay, we'll drop the double fine, but you still got to pay it. Anywho, all I can say is make sure you go to speed limit, you guys. Make sure you go to speed limit. But yeah, I had a really great time, you guys. I had a really good time yesterday. I can't wait when the cookout seasons come. We're going to be grilling out there. I'm trying to do family vacations. All right, you guys, I'm back. Sorry. Ew. I had to pump my gas. I'm trying to be smart and just, make sure you got a full tank before you go home. But yeah, the only thing about yesterday, like I said, I had so much fun. But one thing I did notice is that it's more children, not enough. My father was there. They were able to meet their great grandfather for the first time. And also my daughter said granddad for the first time. Cause she knows the difference between mommy, grandmom, and granddad. So she was able to say granddad. And her auntie, so that's a really good thing. And I say that because not a lot of people can say that they met their great grandfather or their grandfather. You got a lot of people like, oh, well, they passed away before I was born. But my grandnephews was able to meet their great grandfather. And yeah. And my daughter, she was like, I said, say hi to granddad. She said, hi, granddad. Showing toys and her bike and stuff. So she got a little bicycle for Christmas, and I wanted just dollhouse for her. And when I tell you, every time I went online, the dollhouse was a little out there, but I walked into one of my favorite spots, and there was the dollhouse with all of the dolls and everything. And my daughter, she's only 4, so that's the only thing she wanted to play with, for real. Everything, once she opened that and saw the little chairs and couches and little wooden chairs and wooden couches, she was just too through. Everything else, she was just like, I don't care. But it was a great Christmas. I really wish that more men folk would be around, because I'm starting to see, I don't know how everyone else's Christmas went or how you guys do like Thanksgiving, but I do notice that it is more female folks, women folks, and children versus the men folk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my father was there, but like, say for instance, if my father was there, or my nephew's father was there, or my niece children's father was there, it balances it out. You see what I'm saying? But I'm starting to see more of children and the mothers. But I'm starting to see that not just in my household, but even when I go out, I see that a lot. But it didn't stop us from having a good time. It didn't stop me from, oh, well, I guess I'm not gonna. My sister, I'm like, dang, I thought I was something. The way she was working that grill and them flames, I said, oh, Carla, watch yourself. She's like, I got this. I mean, them flames was so high, I thought it was gonna hit the trees and burn them to smithereens. But I was like, whoa. And my niece, she was working it too. Most of the time, you have, like a the guys to kind of work that thing, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do. So, so we still, it was a great Christmas. It was a lovely Christmas, and I couldn't, I mean, it would have been awesome if my husband would have just said hi, but that was just perfect for me. It was nice that my dad and my mother was there. It was it was good that I was able to hold my grandnephew and dance around with my nephews and my daughter and my sister, just laughing and joking, and I'm sitting up here looking at my niece who's 21, and I'm showing her baby pictures when she was just a baby. And it was just really, really fun. It was just awesome. It was really fun. And it made me want to do even more. It makes me want to better myself even more and do way more functions too that's more family oriented. Like my father said before he left, he just realized that he needs to be around family more, because everybody up and do their own thing on their own little whatever and their own little grind. They forget to take the time out and to enjoy one another. And so, when my father looked around, like everybody that was in that house that day came from my mother and my father. You know what I mean? Just when you even think about that. Like when I looked at that picture, I'm like, that was a product of my father and my mother, all of us. And so we all had a good time. I played the songs I wanted to play. I blasted how I wanted it to blast. It was outside. I'm all yelling, make sure you get them. What you okay? You'll be fine. Let me see your moves. I had a good time. I had a really good time. And I hope everybody else did. But I will say this is that if you haven't been around your family and you feel like, daggone, why don't you do a get together, even if it's something small? Like I spoke to my god sister a couple of weeks back, and she was saying that I think every other month they were going to start getting together, even if they do like card games and stuff like that. Because like I said, everybody gets so caught up into the jobs, the 9 to 5s, the hustle, the grinding, that you really don't take time to just chill back and just talk and smile. But I could see like my niece, she was feeling like she was so like in her comfortable realm, like, I'm around my people, and she is. But I had a really good time. I could not, I mean, the food was good and everything. Solo had a really good time too. He was just like, what? And Carla, my sister Carla, is the one who actually got Solo for me. It's certain people that dogs don't forget about. Like, number one, Solo does not forget my sister Carla. When she walked through the daggone house, you would think like the president walked through there or something. And he's very clingy to my mother. I mean, Solo, he knows who I am. He's like, that's mama. She not playing no games. But I know one thing. If he was to ever see my husband, I think my dog would have a heart attack. He's too old. I remember one time I was walking him, and it was this guy that was walking, and he looked like my ex-husband. He looked like my husband, and I could see Solo kind of stood at a standstill, like, hold up, is this who I think it is? And then he kind of was like, nah, that's not him. But I'm like, if he was to ever see him, that would be it. I think Solo would die a happy dog, because when he would walk through the daggone house, you would think Michael Jackson walked through there, and he used to have to be like, calm down, buddy, calm down. And he'd be breathing all hard and stuff, going into convulsions. But when my sister Coco walked through the house, Solo recognizes her so much that he just started kirking off too. But He kirks off. I think when he goes off, when Carla walks through the house, he's excited. Like, ah, it's all Carla in the building. Oh, what's up? You know, he's really excited. But like when my husband would walk through the daggone door, it's like, ah, 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 ah. He's just going into. I'm like, calm down. Like when I walk through the door, it's crickets. It's like, oh, what's up, mamas? Yeah, I was holding the place down, but what's going on, mamas? You know, it's like, I'm sorry, y'all. But anyway, so my sister walked through the door yesterday, and she took Solo out for like 20 million walks. I'm like, Solo just went out. I don't care. I'm going to take him out again. Solo be like, mamas, don't ask no questions. She got this. Then she take him out for the last walk. And, but we had a really good time, y'all. I had a really, really, really great time. I went to bed with a smile on my face, woke up with a smile on my face, all because I was around my family. It was one of those, like, I had a really good time. With nothing, it's not like, oh, a chick got a gold ring for Christmas or a crazy $1,000 purse and some crazy shoes and a car or anything like that. It was just mere fact that it was my family that I was with, and we had a good time. And guess what? We was running the shots. We was running it. Nobody said, could turn the music down, and we need to be here at a certain time. We didn't do none of that. We just had a good time. So anyway, I hope y'all had a great time. A really good Christmas. I would say this is that maybe if you want to start throwing something for your family and doing a get together or gathering, do it, because when I look back at it, I can say that I'm really blessed right now to have both of my parents, both of them, and I'm not going to ever take that for granted. I was blessed my father drove to my house, and I live a ways. I live in the boondocks. He drove to my house, and my mother she could have just said, I don't feel like dealing with your father because he did this, he did that, but she was just like, you know, how you doing? And, you know, they were cool. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to head up into this job, and I'm going to rock out today. Give my all, you know, be a blessing to other people today. So anyway, y'all be a blessing to those out there, and I will speak to y'all later on.